Everybody shut up and action! Attack on Titan is one of the greatest, and I mean greatest, works of fiction ever made in the history of mankind. And you can talk about any form of media you want, whether it be movies, shows, anime, story, books, video games, whatever other media you want to talk about. It is one of the greatest works of fiction in any media. It's one of the greatest works in anime history. It is one of the greatest shows you will ever watch. The story of Attack on Titan is essentially humanity is on the brink of extinction, and humanity, to protect themselves, has surrounded themselves and enclosed themselves within giant walls to protect themselves from the greatest threat, the beings that are the predators of humankind, the Titans, which are giant creatures with human-like anatomy that range from 5 meters to like 60 meters tall. And imagine you're right there, standing right before a Titan. Yeah, no, you're not surviving. They will just stomp on you, if not grab you and eat you and just crush you by their hands alone. It is a terrifying thing. And the story of the entire story is that humanity has been stuck within these walls for over a century, living meaningless lives, or trying to find meaning in life, just trying to live within the walls, protecting themselves against these Titans. And now a boy has been born who rejects this life and wants to find a way to change the lifestyle of everyone within the walls and help humanity escape from their fate and from being near extinction. This anime really has a bunch of dark themes surrounding them, especially the key themes being like genocide, classism, war, violence, humanity, all that dark stuff in a darker tone than I am trying to say right now, because it is a really dark and gruesome show. Well, maybe not too gruesome, but it's a really dark show with a really, really interesting and captivating story. Alright, so let's break this down. We'll save the story for the end because, goddamn, the story is amazing. Let's talk about the visuals. The anime did swap studios in the middle, but it is a gorgeous anime with gorgeous visuals. You can really see the anime evolve in its visual storytelling style throughout the series. At the end especially, it becomes translated from more of a story narrative based storytelling perspective into a more artistic style, complex storytelling at the end, which really makes sense why some people might not like the ending, because it's not as simplistic to understand. But honestly, the entire visual surrounding the anime is gorgeous. The visuals are beautiful, the shots are amazing, and really look either badass in conjunction with the music. It really conveys the emotions of the scene, and just the entire shots themselves look absolutely gorgeous. I would love to take so many of them and turn them into wallpapers, especially from the openings and closings, because the shots in this anime are absolutely gorgeous. The entire framing, the mise en scène, the entire animation, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, everything about it is amazing. If you want to talk about the music and soundtrack, the soundtrack is gorgeous. The openings, the closings, all of them are great, especially in the final season, season 4. The season 4 opening and closings are absolutely gorgeous. Like, I absolutely love the soundtracks. All the soundtracks from all the seasons are in my playlist, especially the final seasons, because the soundtrack just hits a new level. And the soundtracks, along with the action sequences, especially in the badass scenes where humans fight Titans, god damn, those scenes are so badass, and the music just amplifies that so much more. The music is used so well in this anime, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the soundtrack so much. The soundtracks are on another goddamn level. Alright, now we're on to the story. The other two got through quick. Alright, so the Attack on Titan story is a really, really captivating tale on the dark side of humanity. It is one that isn't really easy to talk about, but it's so well told in this anime. I mean, the story itself is really captivating, filled with captivating characters who you go through emotional roller coaster with. Like, first of all, the story itself is an emotional roller coaster, translating between loving, hating, the plot twists that occur one after another. It's like you're finally understanding one worldview, and then essentially the entire worldview flips. It flips again. You're getting to understand that there's another flip, and then another flip that changed your entire perspective. You're in one perspective, and it changed your perspective in that perspective over and over again. And then outside the anime, you can look at the anime from other perspectives. You can look at the story from other perspectives, and your entire view of the story just completely changes. And it really challenges your morals and ethics as a person. And the beauty of this is it really needs that episodal format. It's not one that is particularly easy to binge. I mean, like, the story is captivating where you want to see the next episode immediately after, but the entire wait between episodes, one episode after another, it gives you time to think and contemplate your thoughts and predict what will happen next, which is a beautiful part of it, because you definitely need time after the episode to try and take everything in, try to understand what will happen next. And the beauty of trying to predict what will happen next in the future with the characters and their actions actually adds a really fun and enjoyable aspect with the show. Though if you want to binge it, it'll be just fine. You'll get to learn and be captivated by the story and its finale a lot more. Though I say the weekly format for waiting is enough. Waiting years for the next episode, no, that will just kill you. But like, the entire story is really goddamn captivating. The characters are beautiful. You fall in love with every single character. Yes, you do go through emotional roller coaster with the characters being like, no, I hate you so much. I do not want to see you in this anime anymore. And then at the end you're like, thank God you're alive. I love you so much, man. The emotional roller coaster you go with these characters is so beautiful. The characters themselves, their entire character arc, their development throughout the story, it's gorgeous. You go through periods of finding characters annoying to falling in love with them, finding characters you hating characters and falling in love with them. It's an entire story about humanity and its relationship with violence. It is honestly such a gorgeous story. The foreshadowing is absolutely beautiful. This anime is 100% rewatchable. Obviously, a lot changes on a rewatch because you know all the plot twists. You know everything's coming. You won't have that exact same impact, but you get to view the story all over again, knowing everything is coming. Go to characters going like, no, it's like when you're watching it for the first time, you're watching with restricted narration. You're limited to what you're seeing with the main characters, and the use of narration in this show is absolutely beautiful. It adds to the perspective viewing of the show and of the characters. You're viewing it from one character's perspective, and when you look at it from a broader sense, from another character's perspective, it's like everything completely changes. It adds a lot more to the parallels between the characters. But like, the rewatching adds a lot more. You see and notice a lot more foreshadowing. You notice a lot of foreshadowing while you watch the show itself, and it absolutely helps you predict what will happen next, and it keeps the story going full circle, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And this unrestricted narration format that you witness when rewatching adds a lot to the story itself, and it gives you a new perspective on the entire show in its entirety, and it's just gorgeous in itself, in the entire storyline of a cycle of violence. When you rewatch it, you witness a cycle of violence in another perspective. It's honestly absolutely gorgeous. It's honestly quite literally a near perfect show, with the near perfect coming from the fact that the ending feels a little more artistic. Yes, there's a lot of hate on the ending from manga readers, but the anime ending, like, I don't know if it's the same or different, but like, I feel like it's pretty much the same according to some people, but like, it is absolutely gorgeous here. It just feels a little rushed in Eren's character development format, where Eren is our main character, of course, but like, he comes to understandings and realizations which feels rushed, and because it takes a more artistic approach on explaining, because it's humanity and violence is a very difficult thing to portray in these stories calmly without like pissing people off with their ethics and morals, but telling it in this story in this artistic format fits very beautifully. I just feel like they should have added like another half an hour to kind of flesh it all out and make it simplistic, because the majority of the story up to this final episode feels very simplistic, easy to understand, inherently understand, and then finally it's like this final episode is telling this beautiful story, concluding it, but it feels minorly rushed yet difficult to understand, like really complex. You need a lot of time to understand it. I feel like another half an hour could have fleshed it all out, kept it simple to understand, and conveyed the entire story perfectly and kept it flawless. But like, that's just a very minor detail, and that's why I'm saying this show is absolutely gorgeous. Is it rewatchable? Yes. Is it immersive? Hell yeah. I mean, it's not like 100% immersive, like nothing surrounds it, but the entire perspective you view it from is as if you're there with Eren and the regiments. You're one of the friends Eren wants to protect. You're one of the people where you're friends with the entire Scouts regiment. You're there working with Eren, fighting against the Titans, and you really love Eren's character. Like, I found him annoying at the start and loved him at the end, but like, there's a lot going on with all these characters, a lot to love about them, a lot to hate about them. I really love how Eren keeps his promises and fulfills everything he says. A lot of foreshadowing, which you go into every episode and every season going like, there's a lot of plot holes, and then at the end everything is fully explained, everything is easy to understand and fully explained. I was going into the final season with a ton of plot holes in mind, and suddenly I have none. Like, none that I remember that are like glaring plot holes, like, yeah, this doesn't make sense. Why didn't this Titan attack? Oh, now I see. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Everything is beautiful. Everything about this anime is great. The character developments throughout the entire story is amazing. The development of the story is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. This anime is easily a 99% rating. It was near perfect. It's a little annoying that it was so close to perfect, but it's a flawless story. I freaking love it. It was beautiful. Definitely one to check out. I would say if you're 13 plus, definitely check it. If you're under 13, wait off a little. It is really dark, and it might not really be anything you can understand like properly to the depths I think the author was trying to reach if you're under 13. But like if you're above 13, check this out. It is a gorgeous story. It is amazing. It is beautiful. It's an absolute bop. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. Peace.